Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. Today, we're going to wrap up the first half of the season and make it to the All-Star break, which we will be covering briefly in the next episode. I'm only going to play one game today, that being against the Chicago White Sox, because the first half of this video will be focusing on international free agency. For those who did not watch my Orioles franchise last year, this is pretty much where I give my subscribers an opportunity to make players for the series. And today, I will be unveiling the first class of international free agents and showing you guys which teams they're on. International free agency is a real thing that happens in real life where international players are signed by teams, they enter the farm system, and then they are eventually developed to hopefully become major league talents. If you would like to make an international free agent for year number 2, make sure to go join the Discord. The link is in the description. So keep in mind, all 69, of these players were made by my subscribers. And if you notice one of your players in here, feel free to pause and get a better look at them, because I tried to go through everybody pretty quickly because, again, with 69 players to show, I obviously don't want to go in depth about all of them because we could probably be here for an hour doing that. But I try to make all of these players somewhat good because in the Orioles franchise last year, I feel like not enough of the subscriber-made players eventually became good. Even prospects with A potential never really developed and had long major league careers. So I wanted to make sure that these players had a good chance of developing and becoming very solid. So for the most part, a very large majority have at least B potential. And most of them are at least in the high 60s overall. Some of them are in the 70s. So that way they are going to be major league ready within the next couple of seasons. And they do have the upside to become really, really good players. Because, again, at the end of the day, what's the point of making subscriber-made players if they're just going to rot in the minor leagues for 15 years? This way, your players will have an opportunity to be in the big leagues and hopefully develop into really good players. And I think some of these guys have the shot to be awesome players down the line. So you may notice here, none of these players have signed to our team. We're going to talk about the 2 players we signed in a little bit more in depth once we get through all of the positions here. I decided to show these players in order of position just so it was easier for me to organize, and that way you can try to find your player based on the position they were. It's kind of hard to ramble here going through all these international free agents because this is like 3 or 4 minutes of just showing all of these screens. So I really don't know exactly what to say. This is all unscripted. I'm just making stuff up with the flow here. But I guess going into more detail about what international free agency is in real life, for those who don't know about it, it's pretty much where foreign-born, usually teenagers, are signed by major league teams. They enter the farm system. And you have some guys like Ronald Acuna, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis, who develop in the farm system as international free agents and eventually become really good players. All of them at one point were teenagers who were signed to big league teams. They were not drafted in the MLB draft. I wish MLB The Show had an actual international free agency thing, because that would be pretty cool. I also wish you could be able to edit the draft classes, but San Diego Studios hasn't put that in the game. Maybe they will for MLB The Show 23. That'd be pretty cool. So we're pretty much nearing the end now. We only have a few more guys left, and then we're going to talk about the 2 players who our organization ended up signing. 2 players who I am quite excited about. So here we go, the final few players, and we are now going to be finished. That was a lot. Okay, so let's talk about the 2 guys who we signed. The first one is German relief pitcher Oinks Quackenbush. Fire name, Fire beard. He has 43 stamina, so he could be used as a long reliever. And overall, he's pretty well-rounded. He has 4 pitches, and he wears these goofy glasses as well. He's our 3rd highest-rated relief pitcher, but I will plan on keeping him for the minors, probably for at least the rest of this season, and then we'll go from there. The other prospect we signed was 19-year-old outfielder Escobar Nakata de Lima from Brazil. Good contact hitter, great arm, great speed, and our outfield certainly lacks talent in the farm system, so I'm very excited about adding him to our organization. Let's now go focus our attention back on the Major League team. Our Cleveland Guardians currently sit at 45-46, which puts us at 3rd place in the AL Central. And these next few weeks here in the month of July are going to be very pivotal. We have to figure out what we want to do at this year's trade deadline because the AL wildcard race is fairly weak, and I think we have a slim opportunity of making it in as a playoff team, but we do have a shot, and if we play well these next 2 or 3 weeks, then we certainly could be buyers at this year's trade deadline. If we struggle out of the All-Star break and are like 5 or 6 games under 500, then it's probably in our best interest to sell at the trade deadline, and from there we'll have to figure out which pieces on the Major League team will have value, and on the flip side, who would we be okay with possibly looking to trade. So I wanted to play this second game against the White Sox. The first game we got smothered, losing 10-0. They had 20 hits, we had 1. Not great. So hopefully this second game is a little bit better. I wanted to pitch with Cal Quantrill because he's had a pretty solid season. The White Sox are going to be trotting out Michael Kopech. Both Quantrill and Kopech were once top prospects, and neither of them fully developed. However, both of them have been very solid in the past season or so. At one point, it looked like both Quantrill and Kopech were going to be more of relievers, and now they have become starters again. So it's cool to see both of them once looked at failed top prospects, and now they actually do look like they are fulfilling their upside. Both Quantrill and Kopech have ERAs in the mid-3s. Quantrill for us has been quite inconsistent throughout the season, but really in the past month or so, he's been quite good, and he would make it through the first inning pretty easily as Grandal flies this one out to center. Should be caught by Miles Straw. The White Sox did get a runner aboard as Luis Robert drew a walk, but they weren't able to do anything after that. So let's see what Michael Kopech can do against this Cleveland lineup. We start with Miles Straw leading the game off as he bloops that one fair. Straw rounding first, headed to second. The throw is in time. They gunned him down. Nice throw by the right fielder, and the decision by Straw to head for second ends up backfiring. Let's go to the second inning now. There's Eloy Jimenez striking out on the fastball. Jimenez is among the league leaders in home runs as he has over 20 on the season. In the bottom of the second, Bobby Bradley checks his swing on the inside fastball. Umpire calls it a strike, so Bradley goes down. Both offenses are really having trouble getting anything going, as neither of them have gotten a base hit other than the Miles Straw one, which he was called out running to second. Ahmed Rosario goes down on the curveball. We move to the third inning. Much of the same here. This time it's Yohan Moncada who goes down on the two-seam fastball. We'll go later in the inning now. It's Roberto Perez, a longtime member of our organization. He goes down looking, and Cal Quantrill is on fire right now. The only problem is that Michael Kopech is also on fire as Austin Hedges draws a walk. Hey, Cleveland finally has a base runner. We'll see if they can do anything with it, as here's Daniel Johnson getting the start today in right. Singles into right. Daniel Johnson hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities to play this season, but hopefully he can take advantage of that shot today. 2 on, 2 out for Steven. Let's hit the Quan. A single into right field for Quan that'll drive in a run. And the Cleveland Guardians are on the board as the rookie sensation continues his fantastic start to the season. The White Sox look to respond here in the fourth inning as Luis Robert hits that one off the wall for a double. Guys like Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, and Jose Ramirez, some of the best players on these two teams, were international free agents, by the way. Speaking of Eloy Jimenez, he hits a rocket into right field. Johnson at the track, at the wall. See ya. It's gone. A 2-run homer for Eloy Jimenez. And the White Sox are on the board. They take the lead as it's now 2-1. Those are the first 2 hits Quantrill's allowed all day. Tony La Russa looks excited in the dugout. You know, if Eloy Jimenez would have done a bat flip or had any form of fun on that play, I think Tony La Russa would have scolded him and taken him out of the game. Luckily, Quantrill is going to keep going here. We're in the 5th inning now as he strikes out Roberto Perez once again. Tim Anderson now up to the plate, lines it to second, caught by Andres Jimenez. Through 5 innings, Cal Quantrill is pitching quite well. The only problem is that Michael Kopech on Chicago is also pitching pretty well. Andres Jimenez leads off the bottom of the 5th with a bang. Jimenez with a bomb into right field doing the statue celebration as the Guardians tie it at 2. Jimenez with just his 3rd home run of the season. He is not a power guy whatsoever, but he rocked that ball. A 409-foot no-doubter. It's not every day you get to see an Andres Jimenez no-doubt home run, so it's good to see it there as the Cleveland Guardians knot this one up. Want to look at this swing again and the celebration as well. He just stood there. Was he surprised? I mean, yeah, I get he doesn't hit home runs often, but still. Nonetheless, Austin Hedges is up to the plate now, lines it into left, and it's caught. What a great play there in the outfield by Eloy Jimenez to come down with it for the first out of the inning. Jimenez is not known for his defense at all, but he makes a good play there. 2 away now for Straw, lines it into right, caught pretty easily. Grew through 5 innings. That could be it for Michael Kopech. The Guardians would not make a pitching change here in the 6th inning, and that might be a mistake as Luis Robert lines a moonshot into left field. That one is gone. His 14th home run of the season, and the White Sox are back on top 3-2. That'll bring up Eloy Jimenez, grounds this one right into the middle of the shift. Jimenez makes the play. That's a little Jimenez on Jimenez crime right there. That'll end Cal Quantrill's day. 6 innings, 3 earned runs. Not bad, but we'll see if it's enough here as the Guardians lineup hasn't done a whole lot either. Kendall Graveman checks in for Kopech here in the bottom of the 6th. With 2 away and a full count, it's Franmil Reyes, the Franimal, who singles it into right field. Reyes is hitting right at around 250 this season. He hasn't been bad, but he also hasn't really been good. He's just been, well, about as average as it gets. That'll bring up Bobby Bradley. He draws a walk on the outside sinker. So now Cleveland's getting some base runners here. A big opportunity for the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. And he pops this one high and pretty deep into center field. Should be caught by Luis Robert. And we are through 6 innings. The White Sox lead this one 3-2 with 3 innings to go. We'll see if Cleveland's bullpen can pitch well here down the stretches. It'll be Trevor Stephan in for the Guardians. 4.1 ERA in 41 appearances. He's been pretty solid this year as he faces off against Gavin Sheets with 1 away, who singles it nicely into center field. Just the 4th base hit today for the White Sox. Their first 3 base hits all directly led to runs. I don't think that 4th one will, as the following batter, Yohan Moncada, grounds into a 4-6-3 double play. The Guardians infield has more chemistry than a science project. You're an OG to the channel if you understand that reference. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th now. Joe Kelly is in for Chicago. You may remember him as the guy who stuck his tongue out against the Astros back when he played for the Dodgers. Joe Kelly, America's hero, as he walks Austin Hedges with 1 away. Hedges reaches base here, and we'll see what Yu Chang can do as the pinch hitter subbing in for Daniel Johnson. Chang singles into right. Hedges advances to third. It's going to be a close play, but the throw from Robert is not in time. So the Guardians have runners on the corners here with 1 away. A big opportunity now. 2 gone for Kwan, who lines it into left field. It's going to be caught by the White Sox. So despite getting 2 runners on the corners, it looks like Chicago's able to get out of the jam. They did need a new pitcher to come in the inning there, so it was Ruiz who finished it off. We move to the 8th inning now. It's James Karinchak in for Cleveland. He's been a little bit disappointing this year, 5.34 ERA, looking to get back on track starting today as he walks Tim Anderson with 1 away. So Anderson is now aboard. That'll bring up Luis Garcia, who strikes out. Anderson safe at second. That was a good throw by Hedges, but Tim Anderson's just a little bit too fast. And now Chicago is a runner in scoring position here for Luis Robert, who's had a great day today. He has scored twice, hit a home run earlier, but he's going to pop out to second, caught by Jimenez. So it's 3-2 here going into the bottom of the 8th. We'll see if Cleveland can pull off a comeback as it starts with Franmil Reyes singling into center for his 2nd base hit of the day. A 1-out single for Reyes, and we'll see if this can spark something here for the Cleveland offense as it's Bobby Bradley swinging a drive in a right field. It's gone! A 2-run homer for Bobby Bradley, and the Guardians take the lead. It's been an up and down, I guess mainly down season for Bradley, but that is a huge home run, number 16 for him on the campaign, and the Guardians are on top 4-3. Talk about clutch at the right time. Bobby Bradley being treated to some handshakes and high fives there in the dugout as Jose Ruiz is taken out of the game for Craig Kimbrell, the veteran, looking to get Chicago out of the inning with no further harm done, as it'll be Josh Naylor substituting here in the 7-hole up to bat. Flies this one into center, caught by Robert to end the inning, but still a very productive inning for Cleveland as they take the lead off of the 2-run homer by Bobby Bradley. We move into the 9th inning now. It looks like it'll be Emmanuel Clase time as he looks to close this game down and get Cleveland the victory over the first-place Chicago White Sox. Clase has been fantastic, 26 for 28 on save opportunities, as it looks like he will make his first All-Star team this season, striking out Eloy Jimenez on the inside slider. Two away now. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Jose Abreu, the former American League MVP, who singles into center. So the tying run is aboard. The go-ahead run is at the plate. A big opportunity here for the White Sox to try to do some damage here, as that will bring up this number 7 hitter, Gavin Sheets, who watches the fastball go right down the middle. Was he looking for that pitch to be lobbed to him? I mean, that was the perfect throw. Nonetheless, the Guardians win the game 4-3. We really never led in this game until the end, but as long as you're winning at the end of the game, that's all that matters, right? A good victory here. Both teams kind of struggled on offense. 3 runs, 5 hits for Chicago, 4 runs, 8 hits for us. The pitching staffs were very good. I thought Quantrill and Kopech were both quite solid. It was just that our bullpen was clutch and theirs was not. Home runs for Bradley and Jimenez. Bradley, of course, had the one that pretty much won the game. So we're going to simulate to this final game here of the first half of the season. Got a trade offer here from Baltimore. They want to give us 37-year-old catcher Robinson Chirinos. Yeah, no thanks. So we lost the final game to the White Sox, but we beat Detroit twice, including a 3-0 victory here. Shane Bieber pitched a complete game shutout. I think Shane Bieber has the Tigers' number. Keep in mind, on July 4th, if you remember, he pitched the 10-inning game in which he allowed, 1 run? And obviously, we won that one as well. So next episode, we're going to cover the All-Star stuff. We've got the Futures game, maybe the Home Run Derby. Jose Ramirez is tied for 4th in the American League, and usually it's the top 4 per conference. So hopefully he gets in. We'll cover the All-Star game with Jose Ramirez and Emmanuel Clase both in. And then I think we're going to go up to the trade deadline as well in the next episode. And then the following video, we will have the trade deadline itself. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought of international free agency down below in the comments section. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Peace out.